Today is Easter Sunday, and there is a lot of people on this planet suffering. And Jesus Christ died in the cross for our suffering. That is what the Romans wrote down on the book and told us to learn. It is called the Second Testament. And today in the island of Cuba, the people are not celebrating. The people are actually dying of starvation, primitivism, and delusionism and controlism. So why the Cubans are so important? Well, a lot of people say the Cubans are a group that is protected in the United States of America. And the reason is the Republicans are basically condition them so they can be Republicans. So they utilizing the Cubans as a political group to reinforce the Republican Party against the Democratic Party, the Communist Party, the Green Party, the Libertarian Party, the rest of the parties in the United States of America. So today, in the island of Cuba, they have no electricity, they have no clean water, they have no trash collection, they have nothing. The country completely collapsed. In the island of Cuba, there is about probably, in my opinion, in my observation and calculations, about maybe 8 million people. 8 million people. You have to understand that in Houston, Texas, where I live, in the metropolitan area, in the area around Houston, the support Houston, there is about 25 million people. Same as in New York, the same as in Chicago, the same as in Los Angeles, California. We have a population of 365 million, and they maybe have 8 million, and it's an island. So they have no chance. We blame the communist system, We blame everything. And now we are saying that the Cubans are the enemy of the people of the United States of America and other immigrants, because they have been benefit by the government of the United States of America. For example, they are saying there are 120 something million, 100,000 people arrived during the Mariel boat lift in the 1980s, and then you have another 100,000 they just got on the canoe and came this way, and then you have people flying in the 1950s, 59, 60. And you have all this immigration in the United States of America. So the claim is that the Cubans have been benefit of all other immigrants on the planet. They are the most benefit from the United States of America government. And the people of the United States of America, the taxpayers, are the one paying for this immigration in the United States of America. Basically, they are selected by the United States of America. And in the way it is truth, the people from the island of Cuba have received tremendous amount of benefit from the United States of America. And ask yourself why. Why are the Cubans so prominent in the culture in the United States of America? And most of you don't know. So most of you utilize like AI and things like that to create a video and saying the Cubans are immigrants, and now they are supporting the Republican Party that passed law against immigrants, including their own Cubans. And that is really not correct. And I'm going to explain to you why. The Cubans are not Cubans. Cuba is a geographical name. It's an island. Cuba is an island. There is no such a thing as a Cuban American. That does not exist. So the Cubans are the Visigothic people from the Iberia Peninsula. When I say Visigothic people, I'm talking about all the tribes in the Iberia Peninsula that were put together by the Visigoths, creating the Kingdom of Spain, that is what we have today. So, so the geography of the island of Cuba since 1492 has been part of the Kingdom of Spain. It was Spain. It was not other country. It was literally Spain until 1898. So the people who are responsible for creating the United States of America and basically all the Iberian countries around this continent are the Cubans, are the Spaniards from La Capitanía General de Cuba, or the Spaniards from the Captaincy General of Cuba. That actually include all the way to basically Canada and on the west coast, and the jurisdiction was part of the Kingdom of Spain that today we call the United States of America. So the Cubans are not immigrants. There is not a single Cuban as an immigrant. The United States of America moved into their lands, into the political jurisdiction. So a Cuban that was born in, let's say, 1898 in Havana, Cuba, was not responsible for becoming a Cuban, or what today we call a Cuban American. It's the opposite. They were forced to be Cuban Americans. They were stripped out of the original nationality of the Kingdom of Spain and attached another. Today we don't know what we are. They're calling us browns and Hispanicos, immigrants, and Cuban Americans. So as you see, the United States of America actually are the one that owe a lot of money to the Cubans, because the Cubans are the one that put the money for the United States of America War of Independence against England. As you see, the Cubans are not just getting help because they are the most amazing immigrants on this planet. The Cubans are getting help because without the Cubans, the United States of America identity does not exist. Remember that the Cubans are too the creators of the Yankees. The Yankees are the people from the Netherlands. Remember, the Cubans are not Cubans, they are Spanish, and the Netherlands was Spain when they were in the American continent fighting the English. As you see, if you start really looking and learning the reality, true reality, then you understand, oh, that is why the Cubans are so important. That is why the people of the United States, Mexicanos, are sending oil to the Cubans. That is why the Russians are sending oil to the Cubans. That is why the Europeans haven't basically go to war because the island of Cuba was taken by the Spaniards. They sell to Ibero Castros. So as you see, the Cubans are actually the one who put together, who held together our correct identity, and that includes the United States of America. I'm going to give you an example of this. The president of the United States Mexicanos right now, Lambush, it's a lady, I cannot pronounce her name. She gets on camera, like I am doing right now, and accuse the Kingdom of Spain for genocide. And she's saying the Spaniards are against us, the Mexicans, the Indians from Mexico. But let's analyze who she is and why she is saying that. And then you start realizing the importance of the Cubans in the American continent and around the world, including the Iberia Peninsula. It is the Kingdom of Spain, Portugal, Andorra, France, and the United Kingdom. Rambosch or Lumbosch, the president of the United States Mexicanos, I cannot pronounce her name. She, her biology, her ancestry, her father is not from the American continent, is from Northern Europe, Jews from Northern Europe. And that is what you have to understand, that everything that they sell you on television is literally a lie, because this woman never have been oppressed by the Spaniards. It's a matter of fact that at one point her country was part of the Austro-Hungarian empire that included the Spaniards. So as you see, they getting into power delusionally, or maybe even worse, trying to con you into believe that they are one of you, what they in reality they're not. The same is Donald Trump. The same is all these history books. The same is doing the minusválido from Texas, the governor. All these people are lying to you in this day, on a Sunday. The Spaniards, the Visigothic people, the Roman people, remember that we call the Kingdom of Spain, Spain after Hispania, Rome. They are the one that created the conditions, the religion, the unity, the communion among all tribes in Europe, and they move into the American continent. And from Cuba, from that island, they expanded until what we have right now. A world that we have advanced so much, so amazingly, and that we are now must fight to continue to advance it. And that is why we're making these videos. So you can see that this is not the end. The attack on the Persians and the acquisition of the government of the United States of America by the Zionists, by something called Christian Zionists. They can be pushed back, they can be destroyed, literally destroyed, and eradicated. All this type of Christianity and crazy things that they are creating and celebrating on this day, they have nothing to do with the origin of the celebration, that is to unite all Romans. So from Cuba, we must do what we have done for now, almost 2,000 years, or a little over 2,000 years. And that is that we must protect the island of Cuba identity so we can expand, so we can have a replication of what we had. We cannot allow Polacos and Czechoslovakos and Slovakos, like the president of the United States Mexicanos or the president of the United States of America. They come here, learn our languages, learn English and Castilian, and then turn that same language against us, that we are something different, that we are Hispanicos and Latinos and browns and blacks and all kind of colors, Asians and number and geographical names. So let's do that. Let's utilize Easter, this day, Easter, to remind ourselves of who was Jesus Christ and what the Romans have done with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was a Roman. The Jews were Romans. The same is the Arabs. The same is the Persians. They were Romans. The same are the Egyptians, North Africa. The entire known world was Roman, and we continue to be Roman. Look in the United States of America, House of Representatives, and you see your symbols, your Roman symbols. Those belong to you. So let's stop this delusionalism and destruction of correct identity. Yes, the tribes must be protected. We want to be tribalist. We need to be tribalist. And what keep the tribes together is Christianity, is our religion that evolves and matures every single year. Like today, the Pope of the Romans, the Bishop of Rome, is now communing with the Bishop of Alexandria and the Bishop of Armenia and the Bishop of Constantinople, today Istanbul. As you say, we must continue to unite ourselves, and this day is a good way to go around and say hi to one another. I am a Roman, I am one of you. We all, from all tribes, all religions, are from the same origin. So go up there and do that. Defend the Constitution of the United States of America that you have forgotten what was written for. And it was written by the Cubans. Literally, the Magna Carta was written by the Cubans, and it was repudiated by everybody. And now you're selling it like it was an amazing thing and changing the world. It was not. It is a delusional world. And all these Cubans, because they are Cubans, they came all the way from Asia, around Europe and into the American continent, changing names, changing geography, uniting with other biologists, creating more strong and beautiful biology, are from Cuba. So go in today, defend Christianity, defend the United States of America, defend all the tribes on this planet, languages and religion, and please defend the Cubans that they right now suffering. They are our light for the entire planet. Look at the globe, at a map, and you will see that Cuba sits right on the center of our universe. Saludos.